You know that I don't usually criticize other royal commentators in this channel because I think it's not worth it. I at some point, maybe I did that at some point. I've criticized Ahmed Scobie. I've criticized Shola Moss Maruchan. I've criticized which other is Richard Eden at some point. I think Richard Eden. I think he blocked me. I'm not sure. Don't care either. Piers Morgan has me blocked in the Royal Rogue. Don't care either as well. But Chris Ship, you know that we made fun of him during the Catherine video that he was nowadays a specialist in horticulture and in greens and all stuff. And all of a sudden he is a specialist in puppies. Because for some reason, these people, you're gonna watch this clip. This is baffling. I needed to talk about this. I needed to vent this. I was making a video about Meghan. You know, it's usual fare, right? But what in the you know this picture? Let's talk about this picture. I told you that one of the greatest things of William's picture on his 43rd birthday is that this is not AI. This was actually William with puppies from her dog, from their dog, the family dog who gave birth to puppies. And it was so wholesome, such a wholesome picture. And I have made a joke. I had said that joke sometimes that Twitter, X, or the internet is a place that you can have a picture of puppies or kittens or puppies and kittens or Prince William with puppies, and somebody will find a way to criticize it in a way that I really don't understand how is it possible, but it's absolutely possible. So was Prince William's birthday picture a bit of an own goal? And I began noticing that people were tagging me on this. Hey, what do you think about this? This week on Talking Royals, Charlene White is joined by Chris Ship, ITV, and Afua Achempong Hagan to discuss this and much more. Okay, I can only imagine what was the much more, but you need to listen to this. Let me fix the sound as usual. I don't have the sound fixed right now. Just 2 seconds. All right. You need to hear this, and I'm going to just mock and blast Chris Ship. There's no other way that I can say.
Who wants to kick off about William's puppy problem?
Well, William's a puppy problem. I don't know which one. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you outright. This is not racism. This is not sexism. I don't know which lady is which, and I couldn't care less. One is Charlene White, and the other is Afua Achempong Hagan. I don't know which one is. I'm going to say green lady, red lady. That's it. Don't care. They saying.
Who wants to kick off about William's puppy problem?
William's puppy problem. Here we go.
Well, actually, it's not really just William's puppy problem. I think when, well, listen, let's look at the birthday picture.
Yeah. Okay, let's look at the picture.
So it was William's birthday, 43rd birthday on Saturday.
So they were talking about the picture that there's a problem apparently with the puppies.
Day before yours.
Yeah.
Weren't you telling us a really interesting fact last week that makes him a Leo or
No, he's a Gemini
or something?
It's summer
You're
solstice.
On the cusp
he's
and he
on summer
isn't.
solstice. He's a Gemini.
Very nice. You could have stuck to astrology. That would have been interesting. Let's talk about astrology. I like the topic. I believe in astrology in many ways. We could have a talk about that. Let's talk about astrology, please. Not this. Oh no, this. Oh,
I'm the next day, so I'm on the cusp of Gemini and Cancer.
I would love to be born, just want to say, on the longest day of the year. Wouldn't that just be the best day, rather than have your birthday in the middle of winter or something?
Yeah, summer babies are the best.
That's true.
Anyway, so a picture was released by Kensington Palace showing him with 3 of the 4 puppies that their dog Orla had given birth to.
Oh, nice. So wholesome. So what could be the problem with this?
And now there is an organisation called PETA.
And he mentions PETA, which is one of the most corrupt organizations that you can imagine, and the most hypocritical organizations that defend animals. Don't get me started on those.
PETA, which essentially said they shouldn't be pushing out more puppies when they could go and rescue some from a home.
So you know that those people that say that the world is overpopulated, that people should not have children because we are in this overpopulation trouble. Well, it seems that PETA is doing the exact same, but with dogs. They're saying dogs should not have puppies. You should not breed more puppies. You should adopt the puppies that actually exist. And I wait a second. That's something that I don't understand. Where did those puppies that you should be adopting come from? Did they just, I don't know, went from fairy dust and materialized just like that out of thin air? I don't understand. I don't get it, because yeah, those puppies that you want to adopt, that you should be adopting instead of breeding more puppies, were bred the old-fashioned way is basically the same. So they're saying, "Oh, you are so." Let's continue. It is that baffling. It is that baffling.
Which is, and I think they said in the press release, which is what Queen Camilla did when she went to Battersea and got another rescue dog from there.
Yeah, and that's not something we can argue with Afia, is it? Because
Molly is the dog. Yes.
the King and Queen very open about the fact they go to Battersea Cats and Dogs Home.
Yes. Yeah. And she's royal patron.
Yeah, and they choose rescued dogs as opposed to breeding. And the comparison, when you look at those two stories there, you know, you sort of think, oh, actually it's a bit of an own goal there, William.
Okay, this is a problem. This is a problem. These are people. I'm gonna say this in a metaphorical way. These are people who look at the world like if it was black or white. You are either do this or you're the bad guy. It's that simple. And no, the world is not that simple. Some people might choose to go to a shelter and adopt a dog. That is nice. Or adopt a cat. That is even nicer. I like cats. That's that simple. But if you want to adopt a dog or a cat, a puppy or a kitten, or you want your cat at home to have kittens or your dog at home to have puppies, you should be free to do either way. That doesn't matter. But you know what is the problem here? We know what is the problem here. That is William and Catherine. Let's talk about William and Catherine. And I have to talk about Catherine as well. The problem is that William and Catherine have such an immaculate reputation. Immaculate reputation. That people have to find anything to criticize them. What can we do to criticize William or Catherine in any way? It's so hard. Let's make up things. Let's make up things. I mean, these people make The View look like it was produced by Carl Sagan. It's the most. You know that I want to keep this channel family friendly, but I'm about to drop an F-bomb and say the R word because these people deserve both several times.
It is a bit of an own goal, yeah, and especially as, you know, Camilla is the patron of Battersea Cats and Dogs Home, and especially as, you know, pretty much all the dogs that Charles and Camilla have, they have rescued. You think to yourself, yikes, probably should have gone down to Battersea to get yourself a new pet.
Again, it's I'm gonna say something about Chris Ship. Again, it's the one that I had the most, let's say, interactions. Not really interactions. The guy has never interacted with, but keeps popping up on my timeline. I think it's, in principle, a bit, let's say, pathetic that you have the ITV part in your handle, right? We already know that ITV owns your ass. That we understand that. It is in your handle, Chris Ship ITV. I think that's pathetic in itself. So this is ITV News. All right, your owners, maybe you're like their pet, and it is obvious that he's trying to get along. Oh my God, I have to do this again. I have to be with the green lady and the red lady, and if not, my owners are going to get mad, and I might lose my job, and I don't want to lose my job in the era of AI. So Chris Sheep, who is owned by ITV, was forced to engage in such a stupid conversation that I couldn't. I'm telling you, I've seen and read and heard stuff from Omid Scobie, from Burbsy, from Shola Maruchan, from Piers Morgan, from Matt Wilkinson. Who is the other? Richard Eden. That, yeah, at some point, sometimes they say saying things, except for Omid Scobie, of course, who, by the way, where's Omid Scobie? That guy just disappeared into thin air, but whatever. And Shola Moss, well, that is a race baiter. That's just not worth mentioning. And Burbsy, well, was brought again with all the scandal with Meghan's bump dance. But this, Chris, I have to tell you, Chris, if you wanted to take the lead in the most pathetic example of what somebody can call himself a journalist or something like that, I am glad I have nothing to do with journalists or the journalistic profession. But nowadays, it is you. It is you, the only ones to blame for the reputation, the collective reputation of the journalistic profession. It is in shambles, and you have only yourself to blame. And this is one of those instances. Again, my Roger Rogue is, you have noticed that I'm a bit of a trigger, but I had to say this. But now it's your turn. I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. Much love and bliss.